Man, manifestation. I think it's something important. I think it's something that's also very spiritual. Um, I think right now you're kind of hearing a lot about it now, like almost to a fad in a sense. But I think, you know, I was even doing it when I was younger and didn't like really even know about it. It was more so just a mental thing, and that was something that I for real I owe a lot to my mom because I feel like she built me a strong mind at the end of the day, and I feel like that's the main key for manifestation is believing in something that you don't quite see yet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel it. You gotta just know it, not believe it. You gotta know it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like ever since I was a kid, that was like something you didn't have to teach me. It was something that I just quite already knew. And once I understood that's what that was, then I'm like, okay, now I can start really tapping into this and start teaching other people. So yeah, yeah. I was born November 6th, 1994 in Lima, Ohio at St. Rita's Medical Center. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who was in St. Rita's. Yeah, man. Bean shit. 1994, man. Yes, sir. Meditation, man. Um, Something I'm big on. Um, Really, I believe everybody meditates every day, whether they like believe it or not. And like meditation can be you just watching TV for 2 hours. Meditation could be you getting zoned out listening to your favorite music. Meditation could be, whatever you not really cognitive of at the time. Like you not really know you doing it. You kind of letting your subconscious mind take over. And a lot of people don't know that. That's the point. So, but when you meditate to actually, bring peace and actually try to strengthen your focus, that's when you get into the deep breathings and you know what I'm saying, turn off the body and do things of that nature. And I'm real into that because, especially with me having a music career, I feel like, turning off the sound of the world is very important at a point in time of the day. Our bodies are just like anything else. We electric beings. So just like you turn off your phone, or just like your phone dies or you don't charge it, just like we turn off our cars when we're not using them. We got to turn off our bodies, and not just when we sleep. You know what I'm saying? So uh, yeah, meditation is very important, especially in manifestation. I think that those go hand in hand. So I started rapping. I want to say like 2016, 2015. So it's going on about 9, 10 years now. Yeah. Excuse me. What made me want to rap? Um, at the time, I felt like uh, music wasn't original anymore. I felt like a lot of people were sounding like other people. I felt like, a lot of people weren't really even saying anything at one point. I felt like it was just people just paying attention to the beat. And so I was complaining a lot around that time. And I was like, instead of me complaining about it, let me do something about it. So that's when I started uh, first making beats. And then I got pretty good at a point where, people wanted them. And I started, giving them out to people. And then I started to realize, I'm like, all right, now I can see how people get caught up in this shit. Like, You know, they just get caught up in the spreading the music part, or just wanting to be known, or just just getting it for money profits, or shit like that. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna just start using these beats for myself, and it just started from there. And then people started sending me beats, and then it was a wrap. My best show performance, um, that's a great question, man. I've had a lot of shows, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like at this point, I think I've had over 200 or 300 shows. I'm not even joking to you. I'm not even like exaggerating at this point. My favorite one? That's a tough question, bro. Honestly, probably the most recent one, bro. Like the one at Madison Live. The one right before I was about to leave from Cincinnati. It was the second to last show I had there at the Madison live side, not the theater. That show was lit. Ride a Kid show. Do it yourself. That was fire. Shout out to Mon Dukes, everybody who came through on that one. That was a sad day that turned into a beautiful day. So yeah, that was a great show. Dayo Gold. So around that time, I was getting very like tapped in spiritually, especially like into our blackness. And so I started taking some African classes at the University of Cincinnati. And around that time, I had a professor named Professor Kalubi. And he had us do this like, it was kind of like a random assignment. He just had us looking at this website of just a whole bunch of African words, and it just told us like the English meaning of them. And I'm just going through this list, and around this time, I was going to go by Golden Child because that was something that I was called sometimes as well. But then when I went up around the like business side of it, a lot of the LLCs was taken. A lot of the all of the business shit was like taken. So I'm like, I'm not doing it that way. So I knew I wanted to keep gold in there, but I didn't know how. So fast forward, I'm on the African little glossary almost, and I see Dayo, and I was like, damn, like the way that sounds. And my nickname in high school was Trey Day, so Day in there still made sense of what I was doing. So I'm like, all right, bet. And then Dayo means joy arrives. So I just combined them, Dayo Gold. And I said it out loud to like two roommates at the time. They heard it. They was like, that's it. Son, right on me. Oh, my favorite verse I ever wrote. I would off rip, I'm gonna have to go with One of One. And with my homie H2O. Shout out to my homie Wonder who produced the beat. And around that time, I think I want to say this was like around COVID for real. I kind of was going through a writer slump, and H2O already had his verse on there, and I heard it, and he fucking snapped. Like I'm talking about Brody snapped. I was like, you know what? This is exactly what I needed. Like somebody, iron sharpen iron, basically. So let me remember it real quick. I said, what did I say? I said 2021, I'm one of one. It's time to get it done. Better ask your dad, you little niggas, something like my sons. What I say after that? I hate rapping without a beat, bro. I gotta remember my rhythm. I said 2021, I'm one of one. It's time to get it done. Better ask your dad, you little niggas, something like the sons coming from the block. I don't remember, bro. I gotta remember it. Now I gotta sit here and remember it, bro. Hold on. You gotta let me go through it. This is an old verse. 2021. I'm one of one. It's time to get it done. Better ask your dad. You little niggas something like my sons. What I say after that? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what I said, bro. I'm mad because that's literally one of my favorite verses. Like, ah, I gotta come back to that one. Let me ask me that question last. I'm gonna come back to it. Who inspired me? A lot of people. Shit. Beyond music, honestly. My mom inspires me. My little bro inspires me. My family inspires me. Um, yeah, man. Honestly, that's that's pretty much that. Like I ain't never really looked up to celebrities. I ain't never looked up to um, people like that. I've always just looked up to real people. People who've actually made an effect on my life and trying to make an effect beyond my life. So yeah, pretty much that's about it. Where are we? Oh, we at the Bradfield Center, man. You know what I'm saying? The Brad, man. This is a classic spot. This is where it all went down. This is where Legends was made. This is where I made my first friends and some of my friends to this day, man. Like this is where I learned Black history. This is where I learned to play basketball. My first love. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is where I got integrated within Lima. Um, some of the Lima figures to this day, or just like I said, legends. They've all like come through the Bradfield Center one way or another. Whether this was a swimming pool, and when they changed it to the court, and when they had the summer program, that's when they really started going crazy. So yeah, man, and can't forget, Sharks football field. I was leaving the Brad and my football pants and pads, going right to practice down the hill, running this big giant ass baseball field twice with Coach B, and rest in peace Coach P, man, and all of them other guys, man. It was a fun time down there. So the Bradfield was, man, it really brought everybody in Lima together for real, for real. So monumental spot, man. What's new for Dayo Gold, man? So right now, I just want to build some consistency with my supporters, man. I feel like with me, I have proven that I'm good at what I do. People like what I do, and I feel like with me, it's always been the consistency thing. Like it's always been in splotches. So I feel like what I owe to y'all and to just music period is my y'all, which is being more consistent on my drops, and a lot of that come with money, a lot of that comes with all that kind of stuff, but we ain't making no more excuses no more. I'm in a point in my life where I'm just learning a lot of things, teaching myself, and that's how we gonna do it. That's how we gonna rock, and you know whatever point we at in our life, I'm sure somebody gonna line and come help along the way, and we gonna keep building and going up that way. So that's where we at with it. A humble beast, man. Um, a calculated risk taker. Um, a god. Um, a giant. Um, somebody who is humble enough to teach what I know, all of what I know, to whoever I know, who I feel is genuine enough to deserve it, because I don't harbor knowledge and I just want to die empty, you know? So
2021, I'm one-on-one, it's time to get it done. Better ask your dad, you rapping niggas something like my sons. Coming from the back, I had to navigate it through in front. Police on my ass because I'm black, you better shoot around. I ain't got the strap, you ain't know my wife, he packed the gun. I ain't got a line none, LA the shy ones. I'm rocking them and put the gold laces on the top of them. And represent my accolades and all the shit I'm about to get. I got different patches on my jacket, old school classic with the fashion, many facets, different flavors. I'll be smacking, fucking up the game. Me and H2O, we need some magnums, ducking issue lanes. Get you KIA, kill the action, only breaking fractions with the niggas who been over backwards just to make it happen. All you other dudes is just distractions, bringing madness all spring. One C's up in the bracket off the 16s. Throw the deuces up, but you know action. You know we the ones, you know we the ones.